Yo, so how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another GTA 5 video. So as I'm sure the majority of you guys are aware by now, in only 2 weeks Rockstar Games will be dropping a brand new DLC, and as I'm sure all of you guys are aware by now, these days when Rockstar Games drop a brand new DLC, you usually need a ton of money in order to afford all the best content. The price of brand new cars in recent years has gone through the roof, and I know for a fact that you guys are going to be just like myself in need of some serious money very quickly. So I thought I'd go ahead and put together a brand new top 3 best money making method video for you guys, so all of you guys could come on straight away and grind a ton of money in no time. I will say I will be dropping a ton of money guides leading up to the brand new DLC, so make sure you guys have got notifications turned on for my channel so you guys do get notified when I do upload the videos, as YouTube has been playing up recently and notifications just haven't been working. So when you do click the little bell, make sure you click all rather than personalized, so you guys can keep updated with all of the latest money guides as well as all of the brand new content that I will be covering on the DLC launch. However, as always, if you guys do support the channel and you would like to see me cover more epic money guides in the future, all I ask is you do return the favor by dropping a like down below, and if you guys are new around here, feel free to subscribe as I do post daily GTA 5 videos. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so coming in for the very first money making method, and that is by beating this week's brand new time trial. This week's brand new time trial only takes 2 minutes to complete and can earn you guys a very nice $100,000. Can see on screen, I'm at this week's time trial called Up and Atom. Once you guys arrive at the time trial, you want to go ahead and start it. By doing so, you'll be able to see the finish line. So once you guys start it, you want to mark up the finish line and then hold down Y or triangle on PlayStation simply to reset it. So now this time you start it, you've got a waypoint on where you need to go. Get your front wheel parked outside the time trial, pop as many wheelies as soon as you start off, and from here this race is practically self-explanatory. That's why I'm pretty sure 100% of you guys will be able to complete this week's one straight away. As you guys can see, you're practically just following a road. You only have to go off road right at the end, but just do as I'm doing, keep popping wheelies, and as soon as you guys drop your wheelie, I would suggest holding A or X on the PlayStation just to lean forward, or you can hold up on your left analog stick, as this also gives you guys a little speed boost. Okay, now for this first turning, I would suggest doing what I do, cut over onto the other lane just to save yourself a few seconds. Continue to pop as many wheelies as you want, but as you guys can see, this week's time trial is practically just driving on a normal road. Not really any shortcuts you need to take until the end, but the reason why I'd say pop as many wheelies because you do have a little difficult turning right in the middle. It's not too difficult, but like I said, as long as you guys gain enough speed up to this point, you can practically use your brakes and still complete this one. So for this part of the race, I'd suggest going in the middle of the roads, try and stay in between the lanes, as you don't want to be too close to the edge because you can clip off and obviously you don't want to be on the opposite side of the road. However, for this little part, I would stop popping wheelies and simply hold down A on the Xbox or X on the PlayStation just so you can lean forward on your bike and then start popping a little bit of wheelies just to regain the speed that you might have lost. However, once you pass that bit, you should be approaching a bridge. Now from this bridge, you basically want to do what I explained earlier, get in between the two roads. There should be like a nice little section here with a lot of space. Pop his wheelie right over this bridge, gain back your speed. Now here is the dodgy turning where I talked about earlier. You guys can simply brake like I do here just to slow it down, then pop a wheelie just to regain your space. And you want to jump straight off this cliff onto this road, do the same, go through the trees, and bang. However, coming in for this second best money making method, and that is by grinding out the triple money and triple RP that Rockstar Games are currently offering on the Deadline adversary mode. Now Rockstar Games sometimes add double money onto this adversary mode, so to avoid confusion, I'm going to show you guys the payouts for double money and triple money. So in case you guys come back to this video at a later date and it's not triple money but it's double money, you can still work out how much you guys can earn. But as of right now, Rockstar Games are offering triple money on this adversary mode, so if grinded in the right way, can earn you guys a ton of money. Things first, a lot of you guys have been earning crappy payouts from this Deadline adversary mode are going to be doing exactly what I do here on screen, and this is something you guys want to avoid. So most of you guys probably to start this adversary mode, you'll press start, go across to online, go down to jobs, play job, go down to Rockstar Created, go down to Adversary Mode, and you simply just want to select any of these deadline modes. Now what you guys will notice is when you actually go ahead and select one of these deadline adversary modes, it's going to put you into another random lobby where someone else is the host. Now you shouldn't need me to explain why you don't want this to happen, because obviously this person doesn't know how to set the games up properly, and you guys ain't going to be able to earn the most amount of money for the time that you guys actually spend on the game. So the first thing, the most important vital thing when you guys are grinding at this method is you can press start, go across to online, go down to Rockstar Created Jobs, play job, you want to go down to adversary mode, and then when you're over deadline, what you can actually do is bookmark the job. And by you bookmarking the job, it will basically allow you guys to host it every single time. When you guys go across to online, instead of actually starting the job directly for adversary mode, what you actually want to do is go over to bookmark jobs, and you'll see the bookmark jobs that you've just bookmarked there ready for you guys to host. Or another method would be, if you guys are looking to grind out the deadline mode for a bit longer, maybe a few hours or so, is to press start, go across to create playlist, and you want to just add a few of these deadline adversary modes into a playlist, because then from there you can go ahead and launch the playlist, and it'll just launch each of the deadline adversary modes one after the other, saving you guys time of backing out, loading in the sky and all that stuff. Now the second and probably the most important tip that you guys want to take note of is you cannot grind this method out to the max on every single deadline map. So what you guys will notice is when I'm hovering over these deadline maps, some of them require a minimum of 2 players, while the majority of them require a minimum of 4 players. So as you guys can see right here, you don't want to bookmark deadline 1, 2 or 3. However, you can do this method with deadline IV number 4, you can't do it with number 5, you can do it with number 6, you can do it with number 7, and that is it. It must be between 2 to 4 players for you guys to be able to grind this out for the most amount of money with a friend. And the reason for that is so you can basically guarantee at least you and one of your friends will be taking away both 234k after playing 2 games, because obviously there's no teams on this adversary mode, it's 100% solo. So if you have more players, you're all going to be earning different payouts, and obviously only the top 2 are going to be earning decent money, while the other 2 people are just going to be wasting their time, and in that time the other 2 people would have been better off going head to head, because that way one of them 2 would have finished first in their game, or even second, and definitely would have took away a minimum of 80k. And now once you guys are in this part of the menu, you want to make sure you have it on first to win 2 rounds with the round duration on 15 minutes, and then from here go ahead and launch the game. If you guys end up winning a round under 3 minutes, you're only going to receive 10k, and the losers will only receive 5k. If the round finishes between 5 and 7 minutes, that will jump all the way up to 16k for the winner and 8k for the losers. If you guys go ahead and finish this game between 8 to 10 minutes, that will jump up again to 20k for the winners and 10k for the losers. And if you guys go ahead and finish the game between 10 and 12 minutes, your payout will increase to 26k for the winner and 13k for the losers. However, if you guys go ahead and spend the 15 minutes in the round, you guys will be receiving the max 40k per round, as well as a very nice 20k for the loser. Now of course, Rockstar Games have changed this adversary mode, so the max we can go up to is the first to win 2 rounds, whereas the previous one, Overtime Rumble, was the first to win 4 rounds. So if I go ahead and win 2 rounds in this game and lose 1 round, I'll be receiving 40k for each round, taking my total to 80, plus the losers payout of 20k, taking my total income to a nice 100,000 per game. Yet you guys might be thinking, how the hell was my payout at 154 at the start of the game? And that's because I went ahead and earned something called the winners round bonus. And as you guys could tell, after a few games, this will make a massive difference to the money you guys will be earning in the long term from grinding this method. And it's very simple to do so because there isn't too many rounds on this new adversary mode. Like I said, it's the first to win 2 rounds. What you guys want to go ahead and do is either go ahead and play against a noob, so you can just let him win the first round, like go AFK so you get 20k, and then you go ahead and win the next 2 rounds, so you're winning them back to back, in other words one after the other. You guys will be receiving an extra $54,000 for doing so. So as you guys can see here, I just went ahead and let my friend beat me in the first round, and then I started to play properly in the second round, went ahead and won the second round, got my 40k, he got his 20k, we drawed at 1 round each. I went ahead and won the next round after this, which would bag me another 40k, but instead of receiving $100,000, boys, 154k, as well as an insane 15,000 RP. Holy! However, coming in for the third method in this video, and this is by making the most out of selling the modified NPC cars. Now, one of the highest selling NPC cars is the modified Sand King XL, and it is by far one of the easiest to spawn in. Video, I'm going to be using my second character just to prove to you guys that you don't have to be any certain rank and you need very little money to do this method. So the first thing you guys want to do is be in either a public session or an invite only session. This will work in both sessions. It does also work on the PS4, Xbox One and PC, and this is also 100% solo. You can do it straight away by yourself. It won't require any friends. However, you can also spawn them in for friends if you guys do prefer to do these methods with friends. It can also be done for friends. I'll explain so later on in the video. Nonetheless, as you guys can see, I've got a bunch of Sand Kings rammed into this garage, which literally only took me a few minutes to get, and is going to end up bagging me a nice easy 120k. And the best thing is I can repeat this as many times and as much as I want. So as I mentioned in the intro, I'm going to be doing a slightly different method to the one that I did cover already on my channel. This one will require you guys already to have 65k to invest into the method, but in the long run it's going to be saving you guys so much goddamn time. It's definitely worth doing, and I'm pretty sure most of you guys have at least 65k to put into this, and when you compare it to what you guys will be earning back, it's practically pennies. And if you guys don't have 65k, then maybe try and smash out a rooftop rumble or a contact mission a few times. Just stack yourself up 80k that you can go ahead and do this method. Nonetheless, once you guys have got your 65k, you want to head onto the Dynasty 8 website and simply purchase this property right here, 6-car garage on Route 68. Like I said, it's only 65k, and I was actually unable to do this method last time I recorded it 8 months ago. If you guys can think back, only recently we can own up to, what is it, 6-7 garages now, especially considering we have a 20-car office garage. I'm sure all of you guys have tons of space now in your garages, making this method even more worthwhile doing. And if you guys don't have any space, as you guys can see right here, you can simply rebate any old garages that you don't own, and if that garage you do currently own is more expensive than this one, which is more likely to be the case, you'll actually get some money rebated. So now you guys own the property, you want to head over to Route 68 to your property. Now from here you want to pull up your phone and you actually want to purchase the Sand King XL. Now there is two different versions of the Sand King. There's the Sand King XL as I mentioned, and there's another one SWB right here that you can see. Make sure you do not purchase the SWB. It must be the Vapid Sand King XL. It only costs 45k like I said, so it's very low cost to get this method up and running compared to like the warehouses and the biker businesses. Nonetheless, once you guys have ordered your Sand King, you have to choose a garage to get it delivered to. Now if you guys do own another garage besides the one we just bought, the Route 68 one, then order it to the other garage. We basically want to try and keep as much empty space in that garage as possible. Now once you guys own a 6-car garage and you bought yourself a Sand King XL, you want to head to this location on the map right underneath Trevor's Airfield, a very bait and obvious location. I'm pretty sure you guys have been here several times, and we're actually going to be looking for a car retailer shop called Larry's. This is the area where it's going to be spawning. So as you guys can see on screen, I've arrived at the car dealership called Larry's and I've called up my Sand King XL. Now from here, once you guys get in your Sand King XL, you want to head away from your property towards the prison. Now continue to follow up towards the prison and keep a note on the left side of the road. You should notice a billboard. Once you guys see that billboard, you want to drive just past it a little bit more and take an immediate left onto the airfield. Now once you guys get onto Trevor's Airfield, you just want to run a big circle back to the area we just came from. Now once you guys arrive back near Larry's, or you're on the dirt road about to take a left, as you guys can see right here, you do want to slow your car down considerably. Don't drive in there full force to 100 miles an hour, and you guys should notice a brand spanking new modified Sand King parked up right in the middle of Larry's. And of course this can come in two different colors, either a blue or a yellow. Now from here you guys can decide to either go ahead and sell it straight away in paint spray, which is literally right across the road as you guys can see, or what you can do is just drive it about half a mile up the road to our new 6-car garage. Now like I did mention, I had a few comments on my old video saying that they couldn't get it to work and it's being patched. Now I do, like I said, have an updated method that I've had a 100% success rate with, and it's not actually driving the Sand King around, because sometimes it won't actually spawn it in. 90% of the time it will spawn it in, but as you guys can see on screen right here, this time I tried to go around and spawn it in and it didn't spawn it in because there was people in my session in that area. That can prevent it from spawning in. If this is the case and you guys just can't get it to spawn in whatsoever, this is also a good fact if you guys don't have 65k. You can use the one Sand King, like I said, for several people. So what you want to do basically to spawn the Sand Kings in without running the circle is simply park your Sand King in this position right here that you can see on screen. Now once you guys park up your Sand King, you can literally get in any random vehicle, a motorbike, a BMX, or just a random car parked up, run the circle that I just ran, and it will spawn in every single time. So as you guys can see here, I end up just robbing this random SUV off a pedestrian. I run the exact same circle, go near Trevor's airfield, down this dirt path, and as soon as I drive it back towards my Sand King, bang, a brand new modified Sand King. Once again, just to prove this works with literally any random vehicle, as you guys can see, this time I ended up getting in the Emperor car, run the exact same route, down the dirt path, took an immediate left, and this time I had a blue modified Sand King waiting for me. All you want to do, like I said, is jump straight in that thing, drive it about 20 seconds down the road to your new garage, store it, and then head straight back. So once again, make sure your Sand King is parked right next to that clothing store. You can get on any random vehicle. This time I'm even doing it on a motorbike just to prove this literally works with every vehicle in the game. As soon as I head back to Larry's, another Sand King sitting there waiting for me. I simply want to take that straight over to my garage again, and you do want to try and do this as quick as possible. This is the reason why I'm taking them straight to my garage and not selling them now. They will only spawn in between 9 AM and 5 PM, which is kind of crazy because they're the real life opening hours for most businesses in the world. So it's kind of showing you, even though we can't see inside Larry's, it's still spawning stuff in, or it's classified as open, even though we wouldn't know it unless we saw these spawning in. And once again, it's completely up to you whether you want to use your actual Sand King like I'm doing right now on screen to spawn them in, or simply park it near the clothing store. Each method does work, but like I said, when you park it up near the clothing store, I have had a much better success rate because you don't have to rely on the Sand King spawning them in. I'm pretty sure you guys know how much these sell for now, just under 20k. It is one of the best and highest selling vehicles in the game, and in actual fact this method has never been better to do than now, because after all these latest updates, so many people do so much work on money making methods in free roam. The fact that we can spawn in an unlimited amount of these cars means that we can literally store as many as we want, how much space we can afford, how much money we can bring in. So every time you guys are in between doing free roam work, whether that be like executive search or selling a car, you can always just be calling up your mechanic and just keep on bringing in extra 20k's every time on top of whatever you're earning. So if you're one of those guys that like to do headhunter quickly and make yourself a nice 25k, you can simply just make that 25k into 45k by calling up your Sand King straight after you finish and selling it, and you will get slightly more for the blue one over the yellow one, but either way they're pretty much around the same. So really just pick and choose how to use this method around any current methods that you do in free roam to bring in some very fast and easy cash in the back. Nonetheless, that's going to do it for me, guys. The top 3 best money making methods as of right now. If you guys have enjoyed this video and you would like to see me cover more epic money and RP guides in the future, all I ask is you drop a like down below and feel free to subscribe, as I do post daily GTA 5 videos. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.